Over the years, the NHL has given us moments so unforgettable that they've become legends of the game. From bench-clearing brawls to jaw-dropping goals, today we're counting down the 20 craziest moments in NHL history. Let's drop the puck and get started. On January 26, 2018, referee Wes McCauley found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time during a game between the New York Rangers and Philadelphia Flyers. A routine play turned painful when the puck struck him directly, momentarily stunning him. Fortunately, McCauley recovered quickly and continued officiating, proving once again that even referees have to be tough in the fast-paced world of hockey. On February 21, 2000, Los Angeles Kings defenseman Marty McSorley delivered a brutal slash to Donald Brashear's head, sparking outrage across the league. The violent attack knocked Brashear unconscious and led to a lengthy suspension for McSorley, effectively ending his NHL career. The incident intensified discussions about player safety and led to stricter enforcement of stick-related infractions. The San Jose Sharks delivered one of the most dramatic comebacks in playoff history in 2019. Facing the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 7 of their first-round series, the Sharks trailed by 3 goals in the third period. A controversial penalty gave them a power play, and they erupted for 4 quick goals to take the lead. Vegas fought back to force overtime, but in the extra period, Erik Karlsson set up Barclay Goodrow for the game winner, completing a stunning rally. San Jose Sharks accomplished another feat in 2010, scoring 4 goals during a single 5-minute power play against the Los Angeles Kings. After Kings forward Wayne Simmons received a major penalty for boarding, the Sharks made the most of their opportunity, piling up goal after goal before the penalty expired. Scoring multiple times on one power play is rare, but 4 goals in one stretch is almost unheard of, making this an incredible moment in NHL history. Though details about this weird goal are unclear, it likely involved a strange bounce, a lucky deflection, or an unexpected trick shot. Whether it was a puck that pinballed off multiple players, a fluky shot that fooled a goalie, or a completely accidental tally, these types of goals keep fans on the edge of their seats. The unpredictability of hockey is part of what makes the sport so thrilling. On April 2, 2014, San Jose Sharks defenseman Dan Boyle had a moment he would rather forget. While trying to clear the puck from his zone, he accidentally sent it into his net, giving the New York Islanders an unexpected goal. Boyle was visibly frustrated knowing that his mistake had cost his team an important point. Own goals are rare in hockey, but when they happen, they are unforgettable, and Boyle's error is one of the most notorious examples. In 1962, Toronto hockey fan Ken Kerr came up with a wild plan to steal the Stanley Cup. His idea? Sneak into a public event disguised as a media member, blend in with the crowd, and make off with the most famous trophy in sports. Fortunately, security recognized him from past incidents, and his plan was foiled before he could even get close. Though his attempt failed, it remains one of the strangest and most ambitious schemes ever hatched by a hockey fan. Game 6 of the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals ended bizarrely when Patrick Kane scored a championship-winning goal that nobody seemed to see. His shot slipped past Flyers goalie Michael Leighton and got stuck in the net, leading to confusion. Kane, convinced the puck had crossed the line, celebrated alone while the referees hesitated. Eventually, the goal was confirmed, giving the Chicago Blackhawks their first Stanley Cup in 49 years. The Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins played a playoff game in 2000 that stretched into the record books. The game dragged on through 5 overtime periods, totaling over 152 minutes of play. Eventually, Keith Primeau ended it with a goal in the 5th overtime. The marathon matchup tested the endurance of both teams and remains one of the longest games in NHL history. Goalie fights are rare in hockey, but when they happen, they are unforgettable. On March 14, 1997, Ron Hextall and Chris Osgood squared off in a spirited brawl at center ice. The game had been heated, so when the two goalies charged toward each other, the crowd erupted. Punches were thrown, and hockey fans were treated to one of the sport's most exciting spectacles. While fights between skaters are common, a goalie fight is always a legendary moment. Jim Schoenfeld delivered one of the most legendary chirps in hockey history after a heated playoff game in 1988. Furious with referee Don Kaharski, he shouted, "Have another donut, you fat pig!" in a post-game confrontation. The comment led to a referee strike, forcing the NHL to use replacement officials. Though it got him in trouble, the line is still quoted by hockey fans today. The Flyers and Penguins battled for what felt like forever in Game 4 of the 2000 Stanley Cup playoffs. After the game dragged into a fifth overtime, Keith Primo finally ended the madness, scoring a perfect shot to give Philadelphia the win. Primo's clutch goal cemented his place in hockey lore, proving that in the playoffs, legends are made. In 1974, the Buffalo Sabres pulled off the greatest prank in NHL draft history by picking a player who did not exist. Frustrated with the slow draft process, general manager Punch Imlach decided to have some fun and selected Taro Tsujimoto from the Japanese Hockey League. The problem? There was no Taro Tsujimoto. The NHL later voided the pick, but the legend lived on. Fans still joke about him as the best ghost player ever drafted. Some mistakes are small and forgettable, but others live on forever. On January 4, 2007, Patrick Stefan cemented his place in NHL history for one of the most hilarious blunders ever seen on the ice. With the Dallas Stars leading the Edmonton Oilers 5-4 and an empty net waiting, Stefan had a perfect chance to secure the win. But in a shocking turn of events, he lost control of the puck, stumbled, and watched helplessly as the Oilers took possession. The clip of Stefan's miss became an instant viral sensation and replayed endlessly as one of hockey's greatest blunders. One of the wildest moments in NHL history took place in 1979 when a game between the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers turned into an all-out brawl between players and fans. After the final buzzer, a Rangers fan stole Bruins player Stan Jonathan's stick, sparking chaos. Several Bruins players climbed into the stands to confront the fans. Punches and shoes were thrown as weapons. Although the league responded by tightening security and implementing stricter rules on fan interactions with players, the incident became one of the craziest fan-player altercations in sports history. Few surprises are as incredible as David Ayers' emergency goaltending performance for the Carolina Hurricanes. In 2020, the 42-year-old driver and part-time goalie for the Toronto Marlies practice sessions went from watching a game to winning one. When both Hurricanes goalies got injured against the Toronto Maple Leafs, Ayers was called in as the last resort, making history as the first emergency goalie to record an NHL win. At the 2003 Stanley Cup Finals, Paul Kariya took a devastating hit from New Jersey Devils defenseman Scott Stevens, knocking him unconscious on the ice. Miraculously, Kariya returned later in the game and even scored a goal. But in hindsight, the decision was deeply concerning given what we now know about concussions. The long-term effects later forced him into early retirement in 2010. The hit became a turning point in how the NHL handled concussions, eventually leading to stricter protocols and harsher penalties for hits to the head. The 2020 Winter Classic gave fans an unforgettable moment when Dallas Stars forward Corey Perry took the longest, most awkward walk of shame in NHL history. Just 2:44 into the game, Perry elbowed Ryan Ellis in the head, earning himself a 5-minute major penalty, a game misconduct, and a one-way ticket to the locker room. As Perry skated off, the crowd showered him with boos, and the camera stayed locked on him for what felt like an eternity, giving Perry a lonely, meme-worthy trek that hockey fans won't forget. At number 2, we have the rivalry between Sean Avery and Martin Brodeur, with their on-ice clashes and off-ice exchanges making headlines. A defining moment came during Game 3 of the 2008 playoff series between the New York Rangers and New Jersey Devils, when Avery faced the goalie and waved his stick in the air, attempting to obstruct Brodeur's view in a manner never explicitly addressed by the rules. The NHL quickly responded by implementing the Avery Rule, which banned players from deliberately distracting goalies in such a manner. This rule change cemented Avery's influence on the game, despite his reputation. At the top of our leaderboard is Patrick's all-time blunder. His Statue of Liberty play error occurred in Game 6 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals between the Colorado Avalanche and Detroit Red Wings. With the score tied 0-0 in the first period, Roy made a glove save on a shot by Steve Yzerman and lifted his glove triumphantly. However, the puck had slipped out and crossed the goal line before Roy realized, leading to a crucial Red Wings goal. The mistake shifted the game's momentum, and Detroit went on to win both the game and the series, eventually claiming the Stanley Cup. And that's it on the 20 craziest moments in NHL history. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you in our next video.